It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a real long time since I've actually done a movie review on DreamWorks and Sony. But here I am back. Boy, has it been a while. I want to apologize, guys, I really do. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've done a review on these movies. I've been so busy with things. Not to mention, I've been also having my ups and downs too. I've been posting some videos on YouTube, but I've not been doing these reviews. I just haven't been feeling like it. I've been kind of just like, I have to watch the whole movies and then I have to review them and all that. Well, to be fair, technically, last week I did finally get to watch Over the Hedge, which will be next. But it took a little while for me to actually, get to watch it and all that. I actually did a full reaction to the movie on YouTube, well, not YouTube, on video. However, due to copyright stuff, I'll have to probably cut it out. I don't know if I'll upload it or not, because Hollywood is so freaking picky when it comes to copyright stuff, so I don't know if I'll ever upload it or not, but I wanted to make that video because it's been so long since I've seen that movie, but that will be coming up next. But in this movie here, we have Angry Birds, which is a movie that, people are split on, but, I figured, it's part of the Sony, universe, I might as well review it, So, I want to point out, though, that this movie is, this one is not actually, made fully by Sony. It is made by another studio that I think partnered up with Sony. So, Sony didn't make this movie. They made the second one, but not the first one. I don't know why that is. I guess because the first one made so much money, they probably were wait, let's work with the, the second, let's work with the second, studio and all that to make a second movie, because there is a second one, and there's talk there could be a third one coming out, but yeah, people were very split on this movie. Surprisingly, not in the ways that I was thinking about, because, here's the thing. Unlike the cartoon movies, these birds actually talk. They actually speak. There's a cartoon show that came out a long time ago. Technically it came out a few years before this one did, but the cartoon, the birds do not speak, and they look more like their video game counterparts. This movie, they actually speak full sentences, and they don't look like their bird counterparts on the video games. They actually look more like actual birds. So it's really interesting to see there, and I'm surprised no one really called that out. I remember when watching this movie, watching the trailer for this movie, I'm like, wait a minute, these birds are actually gonna talk? Because that was one of the complaints I had with the Angry Birds cartoon. I probably should have watched it first, but number one, I don't really have time to watch it right now, and number two, I feel like, I don't know where to find it. I remember it not being that bad of a cartoon. I remember it being kind of funny, but I remember not liking how they don't talk. It's kind of like Tom and Jerry and all that. Your characters don't speak, so you have to kind of go off their movement and all that, But in this movie, sequel, they both have talking animals and all that in the movies, which I find really interesting. I find it really interesting, but yeah, I do prefer them speaking over, but I'm not gonna trash the cartoon because because they're not speaking in that cartoon, because that's its own thing, but I do like how they actually speak in this movie rather than just mumble everything. I think the developers were thinking that they're having a whole having a whole movie where, where they don't talk, that would probably make the movie a little bit boring. Because I hear people have had that problem with Tom and Jerry there's Tom and Jerry movies and all that, and I'm not seeing them in years, but I know there's one where they actually speak in it, but the others, where they focus on Tom and Jerry who don't talk, they don't speak or talk. So it makes the movie kind of boring. There's other characters that do speak in the movie, but they don't speak and they focus on them, making the movie kind of very, a slog to sit through. Well, at least other people's eyes. I can't say anything because I've not seen the movies, but I remember that kind of being a problem with the cartoon shows. I don't know. Tom and Jerry did speak roles in the cartoon sometimes, but for the most part, they were just silent and just made noises. But, yeah, I don't know. But that's just my opinion. But, besides that, though, I want to talk about probably another thing that now, I'm glad they talk in this movie. But I'm going to say, one thing that I do think this movie kind of is hit or miss at is its comedy. Its comedy's kind of hit or miss. Now, I shouldn't be talking, fully about the comedy because this movie is introducing the pigs to, the Angry Bird universe, because in video games, the pigs are the enemies. They're the enemies. You shoot to kill the pigs. At least I think you kill them. I don't know, they blow up or something. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, basically though, they kind of do that, which they do a pretty good job at. They kind of show how the pigs coming to this island and all that. It's pretty interesting and all that, and but we start off the movie. I should probably go ahead and start off with the movie before I talk about the pigs themselves, because they don't come till later in the movie. But we start off with our main guy, Red. Red apparently is in a hurry to get to this kid's birthday party on time. He wants to get to his kid's birthday party on time because he's Because you gotta when it comes to being on time to a kid's birthday party, it's very important. It's very important because if you're not on time, you're gonna make the parents' kids upset. But what ends up happening, he freaking makes it, and this fucking guy, I swear, this guy is such a total asshole to Red. He is a freaking asshole to him, basically accusing him of being late when he's on time and saying he's making excuses, and Red's like, no, I'm not making excuses. He's getting pissed off at the guy because the guy's being a dick to him, and all that, and he apparently he was on time, he was, because even Red pointed that out, but this guy's like, no, you're late, and all that, and Red ends up snapping and freaking shoves the freaking cake in front of his dad's face, which he fucking deserves it. He fucking deserves to do that. I would do the same thing, especially considering he fucking threatened to charge him for the cake. The cake's on him because, he was on time and all that, and, I'm like, that stuff pisses me off and all that, and, I didn't mention that this movie is an anger management, movie. It's an anger management, it focuses on, Red being an anger management class with, Chuck and Bomb and all that, and, I'm like, I don't know, Red was kind of being a little bit of an asshole, too, but that's because everyone treats him like shit. Yeah, that's probably one of the downsides of this movie. It's not just the comedy, it's the fact that everyone treats Red like shit. You got freaking, you got, one guy sneezing on him, and he's trying to watch a movie and all that, and then you got, that one guy, charging him for a cake he had nothing to do with and all that. And then you got another problem with this movie where they, have, like, they've got Red, like, being made fun of because his eyebrows and all of that, like, it's pretty interesting, and it's also sad, but again, Red's got issues too. I'm not gonna say he doesn't, so, I mean, they do fill out that part, but they still make I think they make the birds too unlikable. I think what they should have done is had Red, like, he actually did miss his appointment, and he's pointing out how it's no big deal to be a couple minutes late to a kid's birthday party and all that, instead of having him actually be on time and the kid and the parent being a total dick to him and all that. But I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of the thing there and all that. So it basically it's like turning into Wakko. Basically, they're giving him a villain arc like Wakko from, Johnny Test. If you guys don't know who Wakko is, you probably won't know who he is, because a lot of people don't like Johnny Test. I think the show is alright, but Wakko was the same way. People were, like, literally, they had the same exact villain arc Wakko did. I don't think they copied it. I think they probably just somehow ended up being similar, but there's a lot of moments where, like, the entire town treats him like shit and walks all over him, like, but in that case, it's the kids, and they sneeze on him and gets a cold, and it's basically a very similar arc and all that, and it makes Wakko look like the bad guy and all that. I mean, Wakko just kidnapped children, but, that's Johnny Test, but with this movie, it's in a similar way, but Red is more so, I think Red's more so just fed up with people treating him like shit all the time, because Red's trying to, like, trying to do favors for people don't like him, and we got one kid kicking a soccer ball at his house and all that, and he kicks him back. I mean, I don't blame him. They're trying to make Red look like he's the freaking bad guy here, but they don't. I mean, with Wakko, with Johnny Test, at least, although it's a similar concept, he does kidnap children and all that, so that makes him a bad guy, but, like, and all that. But with this movie, it's more so on the, the villager side. I'm not saying that Johnny Test doesn't handle that well either, but I don't know, I just feel like they don't handle it in both spots here. But with this movie versus Johnny Test, they actually do it worse and make Redmore look like the good guy. I mean, yeah, he does some bad stuff. He frames Bomb. I mean, he frames I don't remember what his name was. The big red bird. He frames him for, like, breaking a thing he broke and all that. And there's stuff like that and all that. But yeah, basically there's stuff like that. But I don't know, but yeah, that's kind of the whole villain arc thing and all that. It's like, it's funny how similar both of them are, but with Red actually does start to, like, warm up to people and all that, but again, it's after people realize, that what they did was wrong, because how the games go, the pigs are gonna take the eggs and all that, and the pigs don't, well, they don't learn a thing and all that. So, but yeah, they still don't apologize for, like, treating Red like garbage and all that. So there's stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of annoying and all that. But like I said, too, the humor, on the other hand, the humor is kind of on, it's on kind of, like, it's like a hit or miss for me. The humor is kind of hit or miss. Sometimes it'll work, like I really like Chuck's story on, like, how he ended up at anger management and all that. He, and all that, like, how he's messing with the cop and all that. It's pretty funny and all that. Like stuff like that's funny. And then Bomb blows up and all that. I like Bomb. He just blows up and I think he's voiced by I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name. He was Donkey Kong for Mario. Oh, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen voices him. But yeah, he voices Bomb and all that. But in this movie, he's more. In this movie, Seth Rogen is more of a. He's he's not much of a goofball. He's more of a just a typical guy that just gets frightened very easily and all that. So we got those, and then I like how we also get other voice actors in this movie too, which I really like. We also have Mighty Eagle. Throughout the movie, they talk about Mighty Eagle and all that, how he comes to save the. I mean, he used to be there for people and all that, and he disappeared one day, and people didn't know if he was a legend or not. But apparently he's actually real because and actually alive because they go up to his mountain and all that, and end up meeting him, and let's just say he let himself go. Yeah, he really let himself go, but he's kind of a wacko too, but. I mean, he's also been up in a cave by himself for a long time, but I really like the message, too, he gives throughout the movie. He gives a message, telling people that they can't always rely on him all the time. They need to rely on themselves, too, which is true. I mean, you can't just rely on one person. You gotta rely on yourself sometimes, too. It's okay to have help from people at time after time, but sometimes you gotta rely on yourself, too, but people, I think, kept relying on him all the time, and it's just kind of interesting, but yeah, we get a moment where they climb up the wrong mountain and all that, and it's really funny and all that. Apparently, it takes them several days to climb up, but the whole reason why they go to the top of the mountain is because Red believes the pigs are up to something and all that, and all that. So it's pretty interesting, and they are up to something. They steal people's eggs and all that, and and all that. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. What would fix this whole Angry Bird thing is if the pigs actually ate the eggs. Just the egg part, because it looks like they only want the egg part and not the birds themselves. They literally would become good guys and all that. But of course, that would be the end of the Angry Bird franchise, because unless they find new villains, and all that. But I don't know. But yeah, I would think. But I mean, that would make it so much easier on both islands if they would work together on that. But I don't know, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure they both lay eggs and all that. But again, the females are the ones that carry the babies. But I don't know. But yeah, I do think the pigs do play a big part of it, and I do like the king. He's actually pretty funny. I was watching the movie, and I'm like, is this guy the king or is he not? I'm pretty sure he's the king, because like I said, to the animals are. I mean, they all look different from their video game counterparts and the cartoon show. Well, the cartoon show, they started fleshing out some of the characters, so some of them started looking more like the pigs started looking more human-like and all that, while that all that, which I found kind of interesting, but. The birds kind of stayed the same, but I don't know, but it's pretty, it's pretty interesting there. But it turns out, he is the king and all that. And actually, I don't know if he was the king or not. I think he got himself crowned as the king when he brought back the eggs, because he wasn't wearing a crown before. So I guess he finally became the king when he he became the king and all that when he became the king and all that when he went back there. So I don't know if he was the king. I don't know who was the king before that or not, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird how he suddenly became the king. Like, why not make him the king the entire time or something? I don't know, I don't really get that, but yeah, I couldn't tell because he has a beard and all that, and there's a couple other pigs in the games and all that. Now, I don't play the games. Like, I really don't, I never got into Angry Birds that much. I kind of got bored with the game. I know that some people might not like that, but yeah, it's true. I mean, I really did not get into Angry Birds that much. I was just like, I tried it out, and I was just like, it's a lot more fun to watch people play it, in my opinion, than actually to play the game yourself. Because it's like, I guess because it's a puzzle game, but I don't know, it's just like, I mean, I don't mind playing some puzzle games after time, but I don't know, it just didn't really get into me that much. But yeah, Angry Birds was more a hit back when it came out. It's kind of faded out over time. I don't know if it's really as big as it once was. Fortnite and Mario and Minecraft kind of taking over. They take it over. Well, Fortnite right now, I'm waiting for Fortnite to kind of just die out, especially since Disney now has part of a share of Fortnite. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, that should be a good thing, but like I said with Fortnite and all that, like, Disney's known for ruining stuff and all that, so, I don't know, like, it's a shame because I was really wanting to play Fortnite, but now I don't know if I even want to play that, but, I don't know, but yeah, that's for a story for another day, you know, because, but I know they're both, you know, big games and all that, but yeah, Angry Birds is kind of faded out. I'm not sure too, but I believe they crossed over with Rio at one point too, so they might have something with Blue Sky too. But I don't know, it may be like Sony where like they don't have, like where they don't, Blue Sky, you know, Studios doesn't own the entire movie or something, so when Disney bought out Fox, they might not own all of that. I don't know how that works, but yeah, it's just pretty interesting how Angry Birds is kind of everywhere and all that. Heck, they even had a Star Wars thing at one point too. So they clearly were popular. They're not as popular as they once were, I don't think, but people still seem to really like Angry Birds, which I understand. You know, it's just not my cup of tea. But when it comes to like the cartoons and the movies, those are where the gold shines for me. But with this movie here and all that, yeah, like I said, the humor, like I said, I've been talking about the pigs and all that, and the humor that works, but I actually haven't brought up some of the humor that's just flat out stupid. Like, I haven't brought this up yet, but there's actually a scene where freaking Mighty Eagle is peeing in the water for a freaking solid minute. Like, I'm not joking, he's peeing and he's peeing for a freaking solid minute in a lake and all that, the Lake of Wisdom or something, and all that, and not to mention freaking Chuck and Bomb were freaking drinking. They drank out of the lake and all. They drank out of it, and I mean that also went on for several minutes too. I mean, they were drinking the lake because it was the Lake of Wisdom. It's supposed to make them smarter or something, but it's still kind of gross seeing them, like, spit it in their mouth and all that for a solid minute. And then, and it's even more gross when you find out freaking Mighty Eagle was pissing in the freaking water. So it makes it even more gross and all that. But, there's humor like that doesn't, you know, work and all that. But the thing is, though, it's kind of hit or miss and all that. And by the time the pigs actually strike and take off the eggs, you know, like, I really like how at least everyone seems to, like, turn on Red for help and advice and point out how they should have listened to him and all that. It still doesn't make up for the fact that they treated him like shit throughout the entire movie, but, like, I mean, even though he did some stuff, too, that's not very good, but you know, but at the same time, though, you know, like, you know, I'm glad they actually had this redemption arc where actually Red actually gives them a plan to go save the eggs. They actually do it. They defeat the pigs. We get to see them in action with the video game and all that. Which, you know, thanks to the pigs, the pigs actually just help themselves get defeated by the birds because they're the ones that gave them the slingshot in the first place. But yes, they gave him the slingshot in the first place, so that's actually how they actually get defeated, by giving them the slingshot. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, but I do like, I actually like that, and I actually like how Mighty Eagle comes back and actually helps out, because like I said, he was telling Red and everyone that to go and all that, and to ignore him because he wanted him to have faith in himself, because, I mean, to be fair, that's kind of what he was doing throughout the entire movie anyway, but everyone else is kind of just relying on him and all that, and, they need faith for themselves and all that to stop the pigs, and they did, and he showed up and all that, which is pretty funny, and, I like how his freaking belly comes out and he falls off the cliff. That's freaking funny, and I haven't mentioned that he's voiced by, I forgot his name, he voices, Captain Gut in Ice Age 4, I literally forgot his name, I don't remember his name, but I think he's Greg something. I don't know, not Greg. I can't remember his name. He's not a super well-known voice actor, but he is. Well, you also get the voice actor of Olaf, who voices, Chuck and all that, and all that, which is kind of interesting. But we get stuff like that, which I really like. But yeah, we get all these famous voice actors, and they don't feel shoehorned in here. They actually feel like they actually work very well. With the Mario movie, although the Mario movie was really good and all that, a lot of people, including myself, did have to say that them replacing video game voice actors with actual real, Hollywood celebrities was kind of irritating, but, all that. But I guess they wanted to keep it separate from, and all that. I mean, it could be like this too, where they're trying to keep, because the Mario movie, I think, is gonna be like this, where they're gonna make sequels to it, but they're gonna make it more part of its own thing and keep the video game stuff separate. That could be why they also hired celebrities too, but it's still kind of annoying because they don't have speaking roles in the video game world as much. So hearing them actually speak would have been cool, but I don't know, but like I said, the voice acting works really well here. I think it works well. It's not just shoehorned in for the heck of it. I mean, it probably is, but but it's not it doesn't feel forced. They all do a very good job and all that. They all act like they want to be part of the movie. Because sometimes voice actors are put in the movie that don't even feel like they either care about the voice actor, or the voices they're doing, or they just don't feel like being in there. But I don't know. But I pretty much have kind of ran out of things to really say about this movie. I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna give this movie a good and 73 points. Sorry, there's no score sound effect thing. I left my 2DS at my mother's house. I couldn't find it anywhere. I was looking for it. I couldn't find it. And I didn't want to push this stuff off again for another week, because this crap has got to get done, because I want to get to the Disney movies. So I need to get this kind of done. But part of the reason too why this was held off too is because I was doing that reaction video with the Over the Hedge movie. And because I'm not going to be doing that a lot, but I want to do that with that movie. And I haven't seen that movie in a long time, so I wanted to see what I thought about the movie and all that, compared to when I was little. And I couldn't be doing a reaction video with people, in the background talking and all that. So it was very hard to do that, but I finally got it done. So that's good to know. I mean, I guess I could have already made this video and got it out of the way, but then I'd have to search for it, because I have to back up my videos on my SD card, because this stuff's not saved automatically on the card for some reason. But I don't know. But yeah, this movie is alright. It's alright. I don't think it's great. It barely passes as a good movie, but But I think what really gets me on this movie is mainly the background characters themselves. I really hate how they treat Red, and they don't even apologize for that. They apologize for doubting him, but they don't apologize for treating him like shit and all that. Like they don't freaking apologize for that. So I just end up feeling bad. I mean, they do rebuild his house, but that's only because the pigs destroyed it, not because they felt bad for the way they treated him. And I'm like, I don't know, it's not very good, but on the other hand, like, I feel like the humor is hit or miss. Sometimes you're gonna laugh very hard, sometimes it's gonna be, just stupid. I mean, really, the worst humor is the part where Mighty Eagle is peeing in the lake and all that, and you have to watch Chuck and Bomb drink, and that's freaking gross, but otherwise, the humor doesn't work. It's not really awful, but yeah, it's really hit or miss. And I mean, I do like how they actually tell an origin story of how the Angry Birds and the pigs meet and all that. And not just that, but they also tell a little. They don't just tell an origin story on how they meet, but they actually give them voice acting, which I like, and all that. But I do think the cartoon show has some stuff going for it, at least what I remember. But again, I can't say anything because I'm not seeing it in years. I used to have it on DVD, but that was back in Hannibal, and I don't know where to watch it. But I might just get it on DVD again, because I mean, by the time I get to review it, it could be on a whole nother streaming platform. Who the hell knows? I mean, I don't really know, but I don't know. But I do gotta say too, before I actually wrap the video up and all that, I do have to say one thing. I will say, and I'll talk about the other thing. One thing is that I noticed with this movie here is that I know this is actually kind of, I wonder if the people behind Angry Birds got this idea from the Dodo Birds. If you think about it, the Dodo Birds, like I really wish the Dodo Birds were still alive. Sadly, they're extinct. Some people are saying they're still alive, but I bet no one's found anything. But people have been saying they've been finding sightings of them possibly being alive. But however, the Dodo Birds, though, went extinct a similar way. So the pigs are kind of like the humans, if you think about it. The pigs are coming from a whole different, part of the world, on their island. And then they inhabit the Dodo Birds, which is basically the Angry Birds, steal their eggs and all that, and basically kill them out. But they basically kill them all out, and, that's how they end up dying and all that. But I just find that really strange and all that. But I kind of notice the similarities, because that's exactly what happened with people back in the 1600s. They stumbled across this island, and then they took the eggs and killed them and all the birds and all that. However, I don't think they purposely killed all of them. They just were looking for food, because let's face it, we humans need food to eat, and we need meat because meat gives us strength. But on the other hand, they brought animals over and all that hunted down the birds and killed them from extinction. Which again, who knows, they could still be alive. Because believe it or not, I found a bird at my house last night. I don't know if it's actually this bird, but I actually made a video on it. A little short video if you guys want to check it out. I found a video on this bird. I thought, it looked a lot like this, I can't pronounce it. I think it's like a Kati bird or whatever it is. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not, but I don't think I am. But it went extinct in like the 80s and all that, but it looked a lot like it. It didn't chirp though, but my dog was scaring it off. So, but I started recording it because it looked a lot like the bird that I saw in the past. I mean, I've seen it on the videos that I've seen on YouTube. But I didn't even know that bird even existed, because I found it randomly on my recommendations on YouTube. So I guess there's that. But I did find it flying around and all that. And I've been noticing there's been some birds that have been flying around in Missouri that I've not seen before. I mean, even a couple years ago, I saw a bird, like, well, actually, I guess it was probably about several years ago, I should say, probably about 2017 or 2018. I was at my dad's shop in the car, and I saw this bird flying around, and I was thinking maybe it's a red bird or something, but it looked like a woodpecker, like those black woodpeckers, that went, or maybe it wasn't that. I don't think it was that. It was a weird looking woodpecker I've never seen before. So there is a woodpecker that did go extinct, but I don't know. But I've heard woodpeckers pecking out in the woods and all that. So I don't know. But that's just the thing there. It's just very interesting to see, and I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to the last thing here, the comment question, because I have a comment question here before I wrap this video up. My comment question for this video is: do you guys prefer the birds in this movie and the other animals to speak or to not speak? Because I think the characters and the animals, because they're animals, but the characters speaking in the movie give it more feel to the movie rather than hearing them grunt and moan and all that throughout the movie. I think it gives it more of a feel. But I don't know. But I do think the birds kind of looking more human-like is kind of weird too. But I think they're trying to make this movie stand out. These movies stand out compared to the cartoon and the video game worlds. But I don't know, but they're trying to make it its own thing, but keep it tied in with the Angry Bird universe. But it's just kind of weird. But I don't know. But you guys can let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. And if you guys want to, guys can follow me on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. I'm also on Twitter right now. I don't know if I still will be on Twitter, but for right now, I'm on Twitter. If I change it, I'll let you guys know on Instagram, because I do plan on keeping Instagram. But I don't know about Twitter, because Twitter, they won't let me do certain things because I have to have a membership and I can't pay for it, and I don't know. But anywho, also make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.